Welcome everyone. Today I will be showing off some of the new features that we have in the latest version of the Safi GSE version 37. We will highlight the new features specific to the concrete shear wall. We have a whole suite of different tools that you can use to do the analysis and design of concrete shear walls, including the rebars and ties. So, we will go over some of the elements, including how to create a new shear wall, the interface itself, what are the customization parameters that we can use, and we will launch the analysis of this model right here. After that, we will see the results of the automated design. And we will also take a look at the interface for the addition of the reinforcement for the shear walls. So stick with me. We will do a quick overview today. The first new thing in the update 37 is that the shear wall can now be edited. As you can see on these 4 concrete shear walls, there will be this diagonal line that goes across the face of the wall. This is to signify that we use the Add Concrete Shear Wall button. This is the new feature from this update, where you can choose to add these types of elements. Once they are put in place, you can go in the Addition tool menu of this wall and we have this window. From here, we can see the overall shape of the wall. We'll also see the different plate types that have been used. It's currently a smaller wall with 150 millimeters of thickness, so we will attribute these plates for the rest of the wall. There will be a subdivision of the wall so that all the finite element plates will arrive flush at the level of each of the floors that will be defined. If you want, it is also possible to go and modify the different stories of the building right here in the interface. And from there, we can also define the different plate properties as well as the support conditions at the bottom of the wall. So, just to show how easy it is, I'll just go in and remove the different plates from this wall. I will clear this wall. And if we go back in the interface, we can simply go here in the edit and use the generate button. So as easy as that, you can quickly generate the concrete shear wall within a model. Once the shear wall is generated like this one, we can then go and select the integration line directly in this model. This will provide all the results for the analysis within the model. Another new feature is that now in the Integration Line Attributes tab, if we have type of integration line as a concrete shear wall, such as this one, and we will have the option to use and place a new design group. So, the design group will have all the different properties. For example, we can add longitudinal rebars, and we can have additional reinforcement at the columns at both ends. So, there will be some additional reinforcement at the edges, and then you can choose different types of materials. Same thing with the ties. There will be 2 types of distributions. So, if the end columns are disabled, and there will also be an option if you enable the end columns. You will have these additional reinforcements on the edges as we can see here. So for this example, we have 20 M bars on the edges, and we have the inner bars that are set to 15 M. We'll assign this group as the design group, and then we will run the analysis. For the analysis, we will use a seismic and dynamic analysis. So let's run that quickly with the design, reinforced concrete, and we'll see the different results after that. There we have it. The analysis is now complete, so we can go back and check the different results. So here we have the longitudinal rebars. You can see we have on the edges a 3x3 formation of rebars. In the center of the first floor, we have 11 bars. We can go move along the height of the building on the edges. Here we have 9 bars with a 2x2 formation on the edges. So, we will be optimizing the distribution of the bars as the forces for the design lowers with the height of the building. This is also quite customizable. Everything here can be edited. As you notice, everything is divided for the reinforcement directly by floor. So, from the base to level 1, we will have this group, and then level 1 to level 2, this group, and finally, on the 3rd floor, level 2 to level 3. You can edit the number of bars. You will have an indication of what kind of spacing that gives you for the number of bars right here. And then, the same thing here. We can go and manually edit the number of bars on each of the end columns. Additionally, the ties are also designed. We have an overview of the different groups. So here, we see the spacing of 500 for all the 15M ties. We will also be able to see the different results from the Analysis tab here on the right. So, of course, it is possible to see the different results directly in 3D in the interface. Right here, we have the internal deformation of all the different members as well as the deformation in the walls. It is also possible to see the shear for the bending moment. Of course, these results are all possible to be seen directly as a graph for each individual wall. It is also possible to directly see the forces in the finite element plates for each of the walls separately. And for the finite element plate, it is possible to see the different types of results. We can cycle through all the different types of results from the finite element analysis. On the right side here, we can find the results. We will start with the interaction diagram for the shear wall. As you can see, all the different green dots in the bottom here are for the different load combinations. We can go along the height of the wall with the tool on the left side. If we continue, we can see the shear resistance there from the graphs. If we go here, we can see the different limit states and we can go for the different resistance values. Here we can have a review of the compression and the bending. And finally, we can go and check the ductility in the model for the different seismic load cases. Here we can check the seismic table. We can see the compression block and the position of the neutral axes for the ductility verification. Thank you very much for watching. This video gives a quick overview of the new features in the shear wall module for the Safi GSE version 37.